Welcome to the ultimate challenge of the Himalayas, Mount Everest. Standing at 29,032 feet, Everest is the highest point on Earth and a mecca for adventurers. It's a place where nature's raw power and beauty collide, testing the limits of human endurance and spirit. For centuries, this majestic peak has beckoned explorers, climbers and dreamers, daring them to conquer its icy slopes and stand on top of the world. Everest, just the name sends shivers down your spine, doesn't it? It's a siren song, a primal call that echoes deeply in the hearts of adventurers. Since 1953, when Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay first conquered this mighty beast, climbers from around the world have answered this call. They risked everything, pushed their bodies and minds to the absolute limit, all for a chance to stand on the roof of the world, the ultimate achievement. The journey begins at Everest Base Camp, a bustling tent city at 17,600 feet. This is the starting point for all climbers aiming to conquer the world's highest peak. The base camp is a hive of activity, with climbers from all over the globe coming together, sharing stories and preparing for the monumental task ahead. The air is filled with a mix of excitement and apprehension, as everyone knows the challenges that lie ahead. This is where you acclimatize, prepare your gear, and mentally steel yourself for what lies ahead. Acclimatization is crucial. It involves spending several days at base camp, allowing your body to adjust to the high altitude. Climbers often take short hikes to higher altitudes and then return to base camp to sleep, a process known as climb high, sleep low. This helps in building the necessary red blood cells to carry oxygen more efficiently in the thin air. From here, you ascend through a series of camps, each one a milestone on the road to the top. The journey from base camp to the summit is divided into several stages, each with its own set of challenges and dangers. The first major hurdle is the Khumbu Icefall, a constantly shifting glacier that must be navigated with extreme caution. Climbers use ladders to cross deep crevasses and ropes to secure themselves against the ever-present risk of avalanches. Camp 1, the Khumbu Icefall, a treacherous labyrinth of shifting ice towers. This section is notorious for its unpredictability, with ice blocks the size of houses that can collapse without warning. Climbers must move quickly and efficiently, often starting their ascent in the early hours of the morning when the ice is more stable. The journey through the Khumbu Icefall is both physically and mentally exhausting, but reaching Camp 1 is a significant achievement. Camp 2, where the air thins and every step becomes a battle. Located at an altitude of around 21,000 feet, Camp 2 is situated in the western CUM, a flat glacial valley. The climb to this camp is less technical, but still demanding due to the altitude. Here, climbers rest and recuperate, preparing for the next stage of the ascent. The thin air makes even simple tasks feel incredibly difficult, and the risk of altitude sickness is ever present. Camp 3, nestled in the western KUM, a desolate wind-scarred valley. At an altitude of around 23,000 feet, this camp is perched on the Lhotse face, a steep icy slope that requires fixed ropes for safety. The climb to Camp 3 is grueling, with climbers often facing strong winds and freezing temperatures. The western KUM itself is a stark, beautiful place, with towering ice walls and a sense of isolation that is both awe-inspiring and intimidating. And finally, Camp 4, the gateway to the death zone. Located at an altitude of around 26,000 feet, this is the last camp before the summit push. The air here is so thin that it is often referred to as the death zone, where the human body can no longer acclimatize and begins to deteriorate. Climbers spend as little time as possible here, resting briefly before making their final ascent to the summit. The view from Camp 4 is breathtaking, with the summit of Everest tantalizingly close, yet still so far away. The final push to the top is a test of endurance, willpower, and sheer determination as climbers battle extreme cold, high winds, and the ever-present risk of avalanches and crevasses. But for those who make it, the reward is a view from the highest point on Earth, a moment of triumph that makes all the hardships worthwhile. Chapter 3. The Dangers of Everest. Up here, above 8,000 meters, you enter a world of pain and suffering. This is not just a climb, it's a battle for survival. Every step you take is a struggle against the elements, your own body and the mountain itself. The air is so thin it can barely sustain life. At this altitude, the oxygen levels are only a third of what they are at sea level. Your body is literally starving for air. Breathing becomes a laborious task, and every breath feels insufficient. Climbers often describe it as trying to breathe through a straw while running a marathon. This is the death zone. Altitude sickness can strike anyone, anytime. It doesn't matter how fit or experienced you are. The lack of oxygen can cause your brain to swell, leading to confusion, hallucinations, and even coma. Your lungs can fill with fluid, making it impossible to breathe. This is why it's called the death zone, because death is a very real possibility. A headache, dizziness, nausea, these are the warning signs. They might seem minor at first, but they can quickly escalate. Ignoring these symptoms is a gamble with your life. Climbers must constantly monitor themselves and their teammates for these signs. It's a delicate balance between pushing forward and knowing when to turn back. Ignore them and you might not make it back down. Descending is often more dangerous than ascending. Your body is exhausted, your mind is foggy, and the path is treacherous. One wrong step can lead to a fatal fall. Many climbers have lost their lives on the descent, their dreams of reaching the summit turning into a nightmare. Then there's the extreme weather. Everest is notorious for its unpredictable and brutal weather conditions. A clear, sunny day can turn into a deadly storm in a matter of minutes. The mountain creates its own weather patterns, making it impossible to predict what you'll face. Temperatures can plummet to -40 degrees, with hurricane-force winds that can knock you off your feet. These winds can strip the warmth from your body in seconds, leading to frostbite and hypothermia. The cold is relentless, seeping into your bones and sapping your strength. Even the most advanced gear can only do so much to protect you. And let's not forget about the avalanches. These are the silent killers of the mountain. They can be triggered by a variety of factors, including weather changes, the weight of the snow, or even the movement of climbers. Once an avalanche starts, there's little you can do to escape it. These silent killers can roar down the mountainside without warning, burying everything in their path. The sheer force of an avalanche can snap trees, crush rocks, and obliterate anything in its way. For climbers, being caught in an avalanche is a nightmare scenario. The snow can bury you alive, making it nearly impossible to dig yourself out. Rescue efforts are often futile, as the chances of survival are slim. In conclusion, climbing Everest is not just a physical challenge, it's a test of mental fortitude and survival skills. The mountain demands respect and preparation. Those who underestimate its dangers do so at their own peril. Every year, climbers from around the world come to test their limits, but not all of them make it back. The dangers of Everest are real and unforgiving, a stark reminder of the power and majesty of nature. Chapter 4. The tragic reality of Everest. Everest is a harsh mistress. She demands respect, and she shows no mercy. Over 300 climbers have lost their lives on these slopes. Some were caught in sudden storms, others succumbed to altitude sickness. Their bodies, frozen in time, serve as a stark reminder of the mountain's unforgiving nature. Retrieving them is often impossible, leaving them to rest where they fell. It's a sobering thought, a reminder that this mountain always has the last word. Chapter 5. Why climb Everest? So why do we do it? Why risk everything for a shot at the summit? The allure of Everest is undeniable, a towering giant that calls to the hearts of adventurers and dreamers alike. But what is it about this mountain that compels people to leave the comfort of their homes and face such perilous conditions? The answer, my friends, is different for everyone. For some, it's a lifelong dream, a goal set in their youth that they are determined to achieve no matter the cost. They see Everest as the ultimate test of their physical and mental endurance, a challenge that, once conquered, will stand as a testament to their strength and perseverance. Some are driven by a thirst for adventure, a need to push their limits. These are the thrill seekers, the ones who find joy in the adrenaline rush that comes with each step closer to the summit. For them, the mountain is a playground, a place where they can test their skills and feel truly alive. The dangers they face are not deterrents, but rather part of the allure, adding to the excitement and the sense of accomplishment when they finally reach the top. Others seek solace in the mountains, a connection to something bigger than themselves. In the vast, silent expanse of Everest, they find a sense of peace and clarity that is often elusive in the hustle and bustle of everyday life. The mountain becomes a sanctuary, a place where they can reflect on their lives, find inner peace, and reconnect with nature. For these climbers, the journey is as much about the inner transformation as it is about reaching the summit. And then there are those who climb for the camaraderie, the bond forged in the crucible of shared hardship. The friendships formed on the slopes of Everest are unlike any other, built on mutual trust, support, and the shared experience of overcoming immense challenges. These climbers find joy in the companionship, the shared laughter, and the collective triumphs. The mountain becomes a backdrop for building lifelong relationships, a place where strangers become family. Whatever the reason, one thing is certain: Everest changes you. The journey to the top is not just a physical challenge, but a profound personal journey. It strips you bare, exposes your vulnerabilities, and forces you to confront your deepest fears. In the face of such adversity, you discover strengths you never knew you had, and learn valuable lessons about resilience, determination, and the power of the human spirit. It strips you bare, exposes your vulnerabilities, and forces you to confront your deepest fears. The mountain does not discriminate, it tests everyone equally, pushing each climber to their limits. But in this crucible of ice and rock, you also find your true self. The experience of climbing Everest is transformative, leaving an indelible mark on your soul. It is a journey that changes you forever, shaping you into a stronger, more resilient person, ready to face whatever challenges life may throw your way. Despite the risks, the allure of Everest continues to draw climbers from around the world. It's a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit, our insatiable curiosity, and our unyielding desire to conquer the unknown. For those who dare to take on the challenge, the journey to the top of the world is a testament to human endurance and spirit. It's a journey of self-discovery, a test of limits, and a testament to the extraordinary resilience of the human spirit. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more amazing content.